too much time, and so that's going to be an automatic ball for J.P. Crawford. The clock ran out. And that's got him hooting and hollering here in Seattle.
He's going to have another one. They're going to call. Yeah, there you go. That was smart. You got to call it. Hold on. Let's go. Regroup. Go out there, get a mound visit as opposed to get another one called. That would have been something.
Well, Mariner fans, baseball's back, and we're not too happy about it. But we're happy about it, but it's a rough start. It's not something that we want. We're going to get into that, the opening series with the Guardians. And we're going to delve into what we think needs to be done to better fix this issue. But my name's Max Schwabe, here with Chris Sova and Evan Barron. Who knows where Chris Weifel is? I think he's doing field work.
Of course, in Enumclaw.
Yeah, and I think
where else?
I think
is it Yakima now?
I don't know.
Moses Lake, Des Moines, Iowa, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We're glad to have you with us. Thank you for tuning in as usual. Mariners take 1 of 4 in the opening series against the Cleveland Guardians. Here's what I'll say. First of all, actually, before we get into that, this is a special episode for us. This is our 77th episode. And Chris noted that your Seattle Mariners were founded in 1977. So let's make this one
count.
Make this one count.
Count.
As shitty as we were back in 77.
Yes. Yes. We're better than we were now.
Yeah,
we are. That's a fact. And that is a silver lining of the series that we watched for opening week.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, let's talk Friday. Let's start good. Let's start positive.
Let's start Thursday.
Thursday.
Season
correct.
Started.
Thank you. Mixing up my days. Let's talk Thursday. I bought myself a ticket, and I know you were going, but we didn't really link up, and I didn't plan on going with anybody, and so I just kind of went by myself and got a really great spot in Edgar's Cantina.
Yeah,
Edgar's Cantina is amazing. It's fun. It's great, and the service is. Her name Christy, the bartender there. She's phenomenal. She's quick, and she gets you your drinks stiff. They're strong, and they're great, and they're coming round and round and round and round like a merry-go-round. Anyways,
didn't your ticket, wasn't it standing room only?
It was. I bought a standing room ticket.
Wow.
Only.
So it was full on sellout crowd. Wasn't it?
And so get this. I'm walking in, and the entrance I went in was the team store entrance on First, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I walk in and nobody scanned my ticket or anything. And then I get, you walk like straight into the door, you go through the security thingy, and then you're in the team store. And then you go up the stairs
or up that elevator.
Or up the elevator, but that was like strictly for disabled people, I think. Anyways, we were waiting in line at the stairs, and then the guy like way up top shouts, "If you scanned your ticket downstairs, you can just go in." And I'm like, well, I bought a ticket and I didn't scan it. Okay, I'm gonna skip the line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I scanned mine, and I walked right on past. I'm like, okay, I did not need a ticket for this.
Yeah.
Game. Like I could have just gotten in here. Nobody scanned anything. I was like, this is crazy, but whatever.
I was gonna say, what's funny? I just remembered. So I also went to opening day and the game on Friday. I forgot. I'm pretty sure it was the Friday one, but I had my own ticket, and then I had bought a ticket for a couple of my girlfriends, right?
Mm-hmm. You have 2 girlflgirlfriends?
I have 2 girlfriends.
Wow. Polygamy, dude. All right, let's go. I guess.
Shit.
Right?
No, just friends that are girls. That's
out
here.
Typically girls call their girlfriends.
Well, I've
never heard a guy.
Boyfriend.
Exactly. I don't have any. I have friends that are girls, but I do not call them my girlfriends.
Okay, fine. I was more raised by my mother, and
I was same here.
Take after my mother, right?
So was I. So do I.
You still don't call your girlfriends girlfriends?
Nope.
Okay.
If I have a girlfriend, and I'll call her my girlfriend.
Fine. Okay. I had two gal pals.
I like that so much better.
I had 2 gal pals. I had gotten them their tickets because they couldn't figure out fucking the ticket apps or whatever. And I remember we were in the rain, and there was a big line and everything. And it had taken a while for me to pull up my ticket on my phone, and I scanned my ticket, and the person watching me scan the ticket was like, dude, sick, sweet, looks away. And I'm like, well, what about and the girls I'm with are just like, okay.
And y'all just walk through.
We just walked through. I scanned my
Yeah.
ticket, and then the other 2 tickets we just.
You didn't even
like,
scan them.
No, didn't even scan them.
That's kind of nice. So what you can do in that situation, you know how MLB it's one entry, re-entry.
Yes.
So theoretically, if you
Whoa.
wanted to go take a break
Yeah.
or you want to go run to your car, or
Yeah.
you need to do something, you can come back in.
Yeah.
There you go.
Didn't even think about
Yeah, I
that.
know, right?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the sad story about okay, we're still talking about Thursday. Thursday was a great experience. Had we had nosebleeds. I did in fact watch the game. It was a great time. We wanted to talk about obviously it was Mariners won that game 3-0. Great pitching on the Mariners.
But I don't know. Oh, Luis Castillo.
Luis Castillo.
Oh my goodness. One hit through 6.
Yeah, but he took a missile off his dome.
Off his dreads, not the head,
Oh,
the
his
dreads.
dreads.
And you got to think about the padlock
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
a lot of
Ooh,
great-
you all right, man. He's all right. He didn't even feel anything. And actually, being at the game, I too thought it was off the head, off the dreads. Somebody had told me it was off like the shoulder or some shit, and then
Yeah, no.
maybe hit the dreads. I don't know, but that was scary for a millisecond.
Yep.
And funny in editors, so I just meet up with some random people, right, and introduce myself to some folks, and go, hey, like my name's Chris, and this guy goes, oh, my name's Chris too, and then 2 other dudes right next to me go, oh, I'm Chris too. They both say it at the same time, like, are we all fucking Chris's? 4 Chris's. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. And man, the somebody next to us said when Karinchik or whatever,
Yeah,
he came in.
Karinchak.
Yeah, he came in and we all saw his blunder of a mess.
Yeah.
And we were just yelling like crazy. And somebody goes, man, people can't forget. These are the same fans that are at Seahawks games.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
I'm like, damn it. You're fucking right.
That's very
You're
true.
fucking right. And I want to embrace that way more. In which, like, although we did the 1 win and 3 losses isn't what we wanted, I will say that the fans were out. The fans were out there, and it was a lot of fun. And so that first game, for example, with Karinchik messing up there, but then also on Saturday, I was there again. And throughout the weekend, this was I was noticing it, but being there and yelling this specific thing was when the pitch clock starts to get to 10 and 9, 8, and fans. We can find anything to make something fun. And, we're all like, what's the pitch clock going to do? Like, are we going to like it? Are we going to hate it? For this reason, I fucking love it because we're 10, 9, 8, and everybody is just getting after it. And we're loud as shit. And I'm like, this is so much fun, but we got to be strategic about it. And we got to, when it's at 10, we do 7, 6, and we really start, or we make him think he has more time. Yeah, so we got some fan thinking we got to do here to really brainstorm how we can utilize our help and our voices with this pitch clock. But we're on to something.
Hey, I've talked a lot of smack about the new pitch clock rule. I experienced it firsthand on opening night, how quickly that game went by. And it was a full game. It was dripping with drama, the whole 9 yards and everything. But like, we were out of there by like 9:15, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to make a world of difference. And it's probably going to leave behind a lot more fans for later in the game
100%.
when it matters the most. The thing that we're referencing, if you didn't catch the game, I don't know why you wouldn't have, but Cleveland Guardians relief pitcher, Karinchak, right? He is evidently he's known for fidgeting with the ball, moving it around, doing things on the mound, and
taking his time.
Those kind of pitchers do drive me nuts, right? But that rule was created specifically for guys like Karinchak, right? So the first time, the Mariner fans, we saw an instance where we see a pitch clock violation. It was really fun. It was late in the game. It was the bottom of the 8th, no score. And finally, something like this, like that we hadn't seen yet, happens, right? Karinchak gets in trouble for a violation, gets counted towards the ball towards JP, who is at bat. And the stadium just lost their mind.
Went nuts.
And then the rest of the at bat, it turned into a a football stadium.
Yes, dude. Me and the whole Edgar's Cantina, when he throws the ball over the catcher's glove, we're all going, "Red!"
It was incredible. I'm up in the nosebleeds, and we're doing the same thing, and I'm laughing my ass off because like this is something that we haven't seen in a baseball game.
Hold on, but this is only going to be fun for you and I, and anybody listening. It's not going to make any sense, but that doesn't matter. What that instance, the first thing I thought about, Max, was when Gavin Lewis, shout out to you and everybody who listens to know Gavin Lewis, he was pitching for Seattle Prep. When Bishop Blanchett was playing Seattle.
And this is Chris singing in my praises.
This is ironic. I know, me singing to your praise. Well, it's not necessarily singing to your praises because you were pitching that game, but this story in an instance doesn't have anything to do with you. Mm-hmm. Gavin Lewis comes in to sub in relief to pitch or some shit, and he's warming up. And us Blanchett fans, we were drinking some Four Locos in the parking lot before. You know, we were warm. We had our blankets on, if you know what I'm saying. And Gavin throws the ball over the catcher's head, and then the catcher throwing it back to Gavin throws it over Gavin's head, and we were going, "Oh, let him fucking have it!" And I just thought that you would appreciate that memory.
I do, and the thing is I think in order for Major League Baseball to get more younger fans, yes, these rule changes might change, but maybe I take a step back and maybe the strategy is more like give them a reason to kind of get more rowdy in the stands.
Yes.
I think like you've been rowdy at Mariners games.
Cheer about.
Exactly. So, for that, I'll kind of go back on what I've said, and maybe the pitch clock is going to be a lot of fun.
Yes. And just to touch on like with the World Baseball Classic and the chance that their fans had and how electric they were, how much of an intense and electric environment that it was for these different cultures. Like, I want all of that in American baseball, and I want the chance. I want the craziness in every single pitch, and it's easier for us to do this with the pitch clock. I know World Baseball Classic doesn't have that, but with the pitch clock, it's just making everybody have to stay focused and have to know what's going on, and they're into the game.
Yeah,
that's all it is. People are more into the game.
Exactly, and I would say a large reason why that game was so electric on Thursday was because that set up Ty France. Well, obviously, runners on first and second, and we're kind of getting the pitcher's head, at least from the stands, more so than usual. I think that's what allowed Karachek to throw a slider like upper, at the letters to Ty France, and he hits it oppo, pushes it out to right field. Of course, Ty being a righty. But that was something that I think we can attribute somewhat to the pitch clock situation.
Yes. And then the last thing we cannot forget about on opening day, Mr. Matthew Brash.
Mike Ford or Mike Brash.
Holy shit. Jose Ramirez going down to an A, spinning like a top.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. I went back home and I think for like 20 minutes, I just hit back, like the 10-second back button after it shows that pitch because it's looking like a fastball and doom, just bites into his back foot. And he literally Ramirez has to move his foot to avoid getting hit, it seems like.
While he's in mid-swing,
and that makes him fall. And it was just, oh my God. Like, I did not expect to see that opening day, but Matthew Brash, what up, big dog?
Dude, you know what? As a former pitcher, one of the greatest things that I love doing was making batters.
Oh man, and as a former hitter, man, one of my least favorite.
Couldn't hit shit, dude.
Spun like a top.
I spun you like a top a couple times when we played wiffle ball in Peoria.
Max,
and then you hit a grand slam.
7 RBIs off of you, man. I hit one that people were surprised it still isn't in the
still in the orbit.
Yeah, maybe it's in outer space rolling around and near the sun, and I don't even know how that works.
Well, that was Thursday, and it was a great time. Full, great night of Mariners baseball. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, frustrating stuff. I also went to the game on Friday night. God, this is gonna piss you off. I left in the 4th inning.
Yeah.
And that's because our friends, my gal pals, they my girlfriends, they rented out 2 tables at Cowgirls. So we had to kind of get there early and make sure we,
But you rented tables. Why that actually is strictly to avoid having to get there early. and snag a spot. You
No,
rented,
but
you have the tables already.
No, but see, the thing is, it's a Friday night. You know that the younger crowd is going to go Friday night. That means the line is going to be long as hell.
But you rented the table. You don't get to skip the line.
You don't get to skip the line just because you're in. As far as I was concerned, no.
As far as you were concerned.
Well, as far as I was aware, but I did get
Did you ride the bull?
I didn't ride the bull. I don't do that. I'm too young for, or I'm too old for that. No, maybe not. But I did get a Hot Dog Alley Street Glizzy Seattle dog.
Ooh, fire me up.
Yeah, and that took me back home. So, all in all, great weekend of baseball. At least being there. Thursday was a great game. Saturday wasn't.
Robbie Ray though,
Yeah.
15-day IL with the flexor strain
Mhm.
in his arm,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be. I gotta assume it's gonna be longer than 15
You
days.
think?
Yeah, I do.
Why do you think that?
I just a flexor strain, like it's I don't know. That's just.
Who's-
I have zero medical experience. I am just guessing. It sounds serious, more
A
serious than
flexor
it is.
strain is basically
in
one
the in
it's
your arm.
it's yeah it's
Uh-huh.
it's in your arm, but there's two different. Not only does it allow you to flex your
Your strain.
forearm, but I'm gonna stop.
Stop. Yeah, stop trying to pretend.
But I just looked it up before this thing.
What did it say?
It showed me a
Did you
diagram.
WebMD it?
No, I didn't.
WebMD a strain flexor and see what the typical
Well,
recovery.
I'd love to, but I'm actually doing a podcast. Maybe that's where we bring in Evan. If you look up the flexor strain, what that looks like.
on WebMD for me.
Yeah, I'll be on it.
Okay. Well, Evan will tune back in a moment. Here's why I think he tore or strained anything.
Yes.
It's because he screams and grunts every time he
No,
pitches.
that's
man.
not it. That is
No,
not
the
it. I'll
over-
tell you why. I will tell you why. Because you come to so-called Seattle
Yeah.
after in lovely Arizona, you're
Uh.
pitching in some quality warm weather. Your muscles aren't tight. Your flexors aren't strained. You know what I'm saying? And he then comes to Seattle, and in spring training, I would assume they're going 100%, but like
Yeah.
that maybe is, what assuming does. It makes an ass out of you and me.
That's right.
So he probably wasn't going 100%. And then when you come in to opening day or opening week, whatever,
Mhm.
and maybe they're like, go 95%. It's like you can go only one speed as a professional athlete, especially when it's your first time out there in the season. And I don't know if this is what he's told. I'm totally fucking speculating. But also what I'm thinking here is that when he goes 100% in the cold weather, he was out there for 4 innings. I mean, it's just your body's not ready. And actually, I was sitting next to a doctor on he just got assigned or matched. He just got matched, and he's going to be a sports doctor. And
match day. Or
yeah, it was
whatever.
match
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
So
right.
he was feeling very happy.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Zach. And he was telling me that with the way spring training is set up today, and it's just too much preparation in too little amount of time. And so they're just putting too much stress on their muscles in too short of amount of time for them to actually be fully 100% healthy and ready for opening week. And so that is what he thought attributed to it. And everything that I just said more so was actually from his brain.
Well, let's go to the med desk over here with Evan Barron here.
To
what's
basically
like-
summarize it up for our listeners, it's basically just having a lot of pain on the inside of the elbow is what he's dealing with a lot of repetitive throwing and whatnot. So I was looking up, and it looks like obviously the 15-day IL. So I guess he's going to be shut down for 2 weeks, and they'll get daily treatment on it. So I guess the worst case scenario could potentially be like Tommy John, but I doubt that's even going to be the case. You have to really
that's
get that.
definitely worst case scenario,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Did you really go on WebMD? Because that's what they do. They give you the worst case scenario.
CBSSports.com. So
Okay.
they're pretty legit.
But even still,
But
Evan's,
I'm not saying that's going to happen,
No.
but
Evan's
you know.
all like chill. He's like, well,
Worst case scenario is Tommy John.
Yeah, that's definitely worst
Yeah.
case, but
Yeah.
Dang.
just call up Emerson Hancock. I'd be honest.
Where's
Yeah.
Freelander Baroa? And this guy Gabe, something is the lefty who's been coming out of the bullpen for us. He's the guy that got called up. He's our only lefty in the
yes,
pen.
that's right. Yeah.
Ooh,
We barely had any lefties last year in the pen.
yeah, no, we had AJ Barecki.
Yeah, that's right.
And the other fellow
We
who
had Matt Boyd, but that was in the playoffs. But
Matt Boyd, that's right.
Matt Boyd, yeah.
Well, so what I saw for the Angels rotation for next week, Obviously, we have fucking George Kirby on the bump for the series opener.
Oh, wait. Before we dive into that,
I know, but I wanted to say, so instead of, and then it's Luis Castillo, it's back at the top of the rotation.
yes.
We're bringing in Flexen.
I know. I just want to give Marco Gonzalez a quick round of applause for his performance today. I think Marco Gonzalez had a phenomenal Marco Gonzalez performance today.
I'll give him. I'll give him a golf clap. I won't give.
Yes, that's. Hey, is that
some snaps?
Is that so? No. He gave up. He had a walk and then gave up the bomb to Zunino for a 3-run bomb. That wasn't great. Other than that, dude, he was pretty fine. The entire game, he gave up weak grounders. I thought he actually did very well. And I'm very happy for Marco Gonzalez and for us Seattle Mariners fans. Unfortunately, he was lined up for the W and we could not hold on. It seems like throughout this series, mental, stupid mistakes that if those weren't made, we are looking a lot different right now in terms of the start of the season. My bank account, I'll tell you that right now, is going to be looking a lot different. Ladies and gentlemen, do not bet on the team that you love, because when they lose and you lose the bet,
double the pain.
It's double the pain. It's double the shit. It's double the suck.
I think a lot of our listeners that do bet on sports probably already know that. So that's just a boneheaded.
We all know it, but
this week we're throwing a chair to Chris Soba.
Thank you.
Sit down. So Marco did all right. But really briefly, I wish we could breeze over this, but Saturday, of course, we lose to the Guardians 2-0. Logan Gilbert doing what Logan Gilbert does best.
Shoving.
7 strikeouts, 6 innings pitched, only 1 earned run. And that's just one of those scenarios in which, you know, we remember the Felix days where Felix is shoving. He's going 7 innings.
Get a perfect game. Yeah, 1-0 game against Tampa Bay.
Well, no, I'm talking about the days when he gives up 1 run and we don't score any.
Yeah, and we lose.
Yeah. So that was very frustrating. Not much else to report on that. Here's what I really want to dive into really briefly, right? It is our hitting, right? I think overall pitching was okay, enough to the point where we could play good baseball games. Yes, 9-4, or was it 9-4 on Friday?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what you have written down. So.
Well, yeah, I could be wrong, dude. That's what I wrote down. But anyway, that's a lot of runs and everything, and that's going to happen. But like 2-0 win or 2-0 losses aren't going to cut it for me. And even in extra innings when we lost today, or on Sunday, that's really frustrating because we have Sam Haggerty on second, in the bottom of the 10th, and
down
1 run. And
both guys who made the mistake in the previous inning, Cal Raleigh and Ty France, had a chance to redeem themselves and they could not do it. Ty France first pitch, even Julio was up, but Ty France on his first pitch, he sees. Julio was not up in that inning, but even Ty France on the first pitch that he sees, it's a little blooper to right field. It's like, I love the aggressiveness. I do. First pitch swinging, but do something with the ball. Move the runner over. Granted, he moved himself over. Haggerty did when he swiped third base. Gino striking out that slider on a 3-2 count. Right. It's just frustrating. Cal Raleigh, it's just frustrating. Like, we know it's the small mistakes. Like, Cal Raleigh does not do that. He does not throw a error to Ty France at first base, and Ty France doesn't hit the ball.
Right.
Those two don't happen, and they happen on one fucking play. Yep. It's just like, man,
that's right.
That's the frustrating part, and that's the little mistakes and little miscues that we saw. Teoscar Hernandez, he played pretty solid at right field this weekend overall. Granted, he had that throw, which, by God, man, I don't know if it hit the guy on first base. The way it went way up the line, and then Robbie Ray gets it, and then Robbie Ray throws the air, and we get 2 guys to score on 2 errors in 1 fucking play. Like, come on!
That throw was going right to Ty France. It knocked off one of the Cleveland batters.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
Yeah, so that wasn't on him, but then Ray shouldn't have tried to throw the ball. So.
Well, look, I mean, maybe it's one of those things you can expect to see early in the season, but look, my biggest problem is we're coming off the end of spring training, having
we scored 15 runs, we scored 17 runs.
Exactly.
But then again, it's fucking spring training.
Yeah, I know that, but to come in and it's not like Thursday was a statement win either. It just was a lucky little Ty France shove over the right field.
The fact that we had Tommy La Stella starting on opening day absurd.
That bothered me too.
That was absurd.
As DH.
As DH, dude, freaking why even have a Tommy Stella when you can have a Tom Murphy or a Cal Raleigh like DH? Like
Couldn't agree more.
Cal is phenomenal and he's better from the right-handed side of the plate than Tommy LaStella is as a lefty. Like, and I don't care if a righty or lefty's pitching.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's what I want to share, right? Okay.
Josh Bell was a free agent this year, man. All right. Josh Bell was a free agent. And we signed Tommy fucking LaStella.
Okay, but here's the other thing, right? Julio, Ty, both have 6 hits. Cal Raleigh has 4 hits. Now, here's where it gets interesting, right? Colton Wong, Teoscar Hernandez, JP Crawford, 1 hit. Jared Kelnick, 2 hits. That's where we fell short.
Each of those people had 1 hit, is what you're saying.
Yes.
And then Jared has
Colton Wong,
okay, got it.
Teoscar Hernandez,
combined.
and JP had 1 hit.
3 combined.
Each of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Granted, to say on Teoscar's hit, which did come today, I was watching, and off the bat, that was a display of Teoscar's power, because off the bat, I'm like, oh, please land, hit the ground, and get over Stephen Kwan's head.
Yeah.
That ball rocketed off the fence, and I was just like, whoa, that thing was a missile.
Yeah.
I was like 4 feet higher. That's easily over the fence. Like, I didn't think off the bat, I didn't think that had a chance of 1 being a homer, but 2 I was like, that might get caught.
Yeah.
And it just screamed off the wall. I was like, okay, that is the Teoscar Hernandez power people
That we need to see,
about.
right?
So that was good to see. You finally at least got that out of the way.
Yep. So I think all in all, I think it's critical that the bats come back alive against what could be and what probably will be a formidable opponent in the AL West, which is the Angels. And if they're not formidable, then Shohei's coming to the Mariners.
Oh yeah, baby. Shohei's out. He's out.
What do you mean he's
Guaranteed of the Angels organization. after this
yeah.
year. Yeah, he's not out of playing. He's
Yeah.
still healthy.
He's-
We want Shohei to be healthy because Shohei is phenomenal for baseball.
That's right. Shohei is going up against us on Wednesday.
Welcome back to the starting rotation, Chris
Chris
Flexen.
Flexen.
Yes, sir. Guess who doesn't have a strained Flexen?
Chris Flexen don't have that flexor. Flexen.
Because he's just flexing that flexor.
He's flexing on. That's right. Yep. So I'm excited to see Chris Flexen later in the series.
And I do like the fact that Marco goes 4 and then George Kirby goes 5, because George Kirby, like, let's be honest, theoretically is like a 2 or a 3. We hope. But to have him and then Luis Castillo and then, well, not Robbie Ray anymore, but shoot. My buddy Eric is super low on Robbie Ray and he hates Robbie Ray.
MP?
Yeah.
Well,
But
I do too.
I
but
don't,
maybe not
because
as
I
much
think
as him.
Robbie Ray had a down year last year, and Eric is just really like high on comparing him to Blake Snell in his Cy Young year, and then how he just is very mediocre afterward. You can have one great fucking year and then you'll be mediocre. He's saying that Robbie Ray is the exact same. Whatever, fine. I don't want that to be true. I want Robbie Ray to be a little bit better, but even if it is the exact same, like, it's not terrible, but then again, isn't it true too?
Yeah.
So, ebbs and flows, man.
I think, I mean, to summarize this whole series, I thought that we brought the energy on Thursday.
We brought the energy all week.
Okay,
I'm gonna say
you're
that,
right.
man. It was a round of applause. No finger snaps, no golf claps. Round of applause to Seattle Mariners fans. Plug in a little clap for them right there for us, for 7.
Fans brought it. But okay, right? Taking a step back about the whole series, thematically speaking.
What?
Thematically.
Themed.
The theme of this entire series, or the way it should have gone, is Mariners just came off a historic season last season, right? Breaking the drought. We've got a rookie of the year. We've got like a solid squad, and the Mariners fans they felt that, and they showed up and they showed up in support because of those reasons. The problem is you can't. I think it's super critical, and I think it's a shame that we lost that postseason momentum, right, against the Guardians. I just think that a 2-2 split would have been a lot more acceptable. Of course, it would be what we wanted to see the outcome as, but it's more so like, boys, like, I thought we were, like, bumming off the good vibes. I thought good
We
vibes.
still are, and we still do only have good vibes.
Can't open up a season going 1-3 in the first 4-game
Well,
series of the season.
You actually can.
You can't.
No, you can, and we did, and it's 162 games in the season.
Playoff teams don't start off their season that way.
Wrong.
No.
Wrong. I could go into the friggin'
Archives.
and you should let me struggle. I was not gonna have a word for what I was looking for.
Well,
Thank you so much.
I'm trying to help.
I was gonna. I could go deep into the archives and find millions of examples of playoff teams were started 1-3.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, man.
It's just. I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
body's vibrating with anger. I'm seeing red
Oh,
under these glasses.
yeah. But also one last thing on opening weekend. Geez, man, I got in early on Saturday, and all the bobbleheads for Julio Rodriguez were gone.
What?
All of them were gone. I was there like an hour early, and I was hearing people say that they were driving by like 4 hours, and like at 2 p.m. It was a 6 o'clock, 6:40 start, and at 2 o'clock, it was just packed. The lines were packed, and good for those people. But then again, man, I'm walking around the concourse. So many people. Individuals have so many bobbleheads, like multiple. And I'm
like one person has like 6.
Like yeah, and I'm like, man, come on, like
look, I'll understand 2, maybe even 3.
But like, dude, like a few. Okay, and I'm not saying a ton of people had but like a few people had their clear plastic bags with like 5 and 6. And I'm like, how did you guys get all those? And like, fuck you.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's a deserved fuck you.
Yeah,
I would agree.
Like I really wanted one. Like I know I'm 29.
It's not like
I know, but I really wanted one.
Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna throw hands because of this, but like it's kind of like one of those like you look at this
like,
guy and you go,
really,
you, dude.
It's just like really,
yeah.
Fuck you.
There are children that are. I was about to go somewhere else. There are children that want those bobbleheads and that will grow up and idolize Julio Rodriguez. If you're what these people, were they not full grown adults?
Oh yeah, they were for sure adults. So like maybe they have children. I don't know. Granted, just come on. If you're at the game, like I don't know. I get it. It was high commodity, man. And people got, and I'm sitting here like, oh, I wasn't there early enough. If I got there early enough, there's no fucking problem. And I should have anticipated it.
Well,
there's
hey,
all that. But it's just like if you're at get 2. 2 should be the maximum. Yeah. Come on.
I agree. But we were spending too much time before the game. I don't know.
I wasn't. I got there early. I was
at the Soto bars. That's a quarter of the Mariners game experience.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even Hot Dog Alley. Quality Athletics. Sluggers.
They just opened up a new Victory Hall as well across the street. Right. I want to check out.
I went to that.
You did? How was that?
On Friday. It was crazy because like I was like, oh my God, like our friends are gonna be there. It's gonna be packed. I hate those situations. But really, it was actually kind of surprising because, in the old Pyramid place, right? So that parking lot. What?
Now Hatback.
Yeah. But
the back parking lot?
No.
Behind it?
No.
Or before they had the standing area.
Where you would drink right in between the stadium and the Pyramid facility,
which they still have.
The parking, yes, they still have. Yeah. But basically, you go in to the building, not like the front entrance of the restaurant.
Okay.
But you go into the building from that parking lot area, and it's just a massive room of concrete floors and everything, and like a warehouse type deal. And
This is currently.
This is what I saw on Friday.
Victory Alley?
Yes.
Victory Hall?
Victory Hall, yeah.
And they have like 4 different bars, all serve like the same beer. I even think they serve cocktails too. But they do a ticket system, right? So you buy 4 tickets for, I don't know, $35 total, or maybe even 40. And then you go up to the bar and you give them the ticket, and it cuts the queuing systems, or as Americans call it, lines. Cuts them drastically shorter.
The queuing system?
It's a shorter queue. It's a shorter queue of getting your beverage. But it's a lot of fun. I recommend going to it. I recommend getting there a little bit earlier. But against my expectations, it wasn't like that brutal of experience with the queuing system.
Shit. All right. Speaking of queuing systems, damn. Saturday, getting out of the stadium was something I had never experienced. It was crazy slow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was sitting in section 143, row 13, and we were game ends. We stayed to the last pitch because we thought we had a chance. We were praying to God, and God did not answer those prayers. He was busy, probably answered more important prayers. But anyways, game ends, and we were just standing for like a good 15 minutes, not moving. And I'm just like, what?
Not moving up the
not,
road.
not moving up the road, just not moving. And there's everybody just stuck. And I'm like, what is going on? We finally get to the concourse, and it's just, you're barely moving. It's just like, what? They're just like crowded like crazy. I'm like, this is just like the worst queuing system I've seen.
That's a bad queuing system.
It was terrible. And even the playoffs wasn't even that bad.
Yeah. Well,
and I've experienced Seattle Mariners playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Now I have. Yes, sir.
You know what?
I didn't like them apples, huh?
I love those apples. My theory is people are stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
And
no
sometimes no cap.
No cap. With the no capping?
No. Are we done?
With the show?
Yes.
No, we're still going.
Oh, okay.
I think.
What else you want to talk about?
We can be done. Well, what I thought you were going to finish with the queuing systems. You had something else on there.
No.
Oh, just an abrupt stopped.
Yeah, I just was saying it was a great experience at Victory Hall because the
Oh, and
queuing
the
systems were very good.
Oh, but yeah, you just copying me right now?
No cap though.
No cap, brother. No cap. Hey, well, 1-3.
Wait.
I do want to say something from a fan's perspective as well. I just want to bring this up because I went to the game on Saturday and I went to the team store
Mhm.
to potentially buy a Julio Rodriguez jersey with All-Star patch. But I guess it was like the authentic one.
Yeah.
Want to guess how much it was?
Let's take guesses here. Do you know this?
I told
You know what?
Chris.
It was
Hold on.
3 digits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hold
yeah.
on. If you get it wrong, can I give you a slap in the face
No,
for content?
for content.
Yeah. Please.
What's my margin?
$50.
$50.
Yeah. Please. For content.
$600. $600.
A little lower.
$500. $450. $400.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're way off.
Well, I don't know. Julio Rodriguez, and after his rookie
Can I slap
year,
you?
and
I think
$400 for a jersey though. It's just so
Alright.
what
much.
jerseys cost these days.
here, I'm gonna put the microphone up to your face so we can hear the slap.
Well, dude, see what we do for content.
Here.
Oh,
Love you.
Wow.
ladies and
Perfect.
gentlemen, brew you.
You've been snapping a lot this episode.
1-3 on opening weekend. We're not happy about it. We hope you aren't too, but the Angels are coming to town and we're gonna take it to a Mike Trout's going down. Shohei Ohtani is going down.
Shohei Ohtani, who the boss is. Show him who the boss is. Seattle, baby.
If you like Monday Mojo, tell your friends, comment on our videos and anywhere else you can comment. Let us know how we can do better. And
Ooh, like him, subscribe too.
better please y'all and like and subscribe. Listen, my name is Max Schwabi. I'm here with Chris Soba and Evan Barron. We appreciate you tuning in after the first weekend of the season. A lot better baseball to come. Go Mariners.